Hello, my name is Reverend Cindy Paulos, and this is another mystical perspective, and I'll be covering a very important subject today. Love, right? What could be more important? And I'm going through the different affirmations from Dr. Paul Leon Masters' book, Spiritual Mind Power Affirmations, and that's available at metaphysics.com and amazon.com. as are the lectures, if you go to metaphysics.com, that were done on this subject. First, I'll read the various affirmations and do a talk, and then we'll meditate together. But first, take a couple of breaths and just be present. Be present in the presence of love as we go through these affirmations. The first affirmation is Source. I recognize that God's presence is the absolute presence and source of love. So important, right? We look for love in so many places, so many times, thinking it's outside ourselves. Well, no, it's inside ourselves. It's the greatest key that source of love is right there in you, and that's God's presence. So let's repeat that. I recognize that God's presence is the absolute presence and source of love. You know, this is such a key. I mean, we could almost stop right here and use this for life practice. And if you recognize and really experience that love, then you have this great understanding that truly transforms and changes your life. The next affirmation is oneness. I realize that the greater my oneness with God and God's presence of love within me, the more I am one with the absolute presence of love itself. So we're taking away any separation. We're putting it back into the absolute oneness here, right? Because from that love of God, the creation and the true source, we are all a creation of it. We're part of it. We are no separation. We are born from it, and we will return to it. And when we can go to the oneness of it, then we are not separate. We are one with God. So repeating this important affirmation, I realize that the greater my oneness with God's presence of love within me, the more I am one with the absolute presence of love itself. The next affirmation is I am. The more I am one with God's love, the more I am love itself. So simple and so powerful. That I am presence, of course, is the God. I am that I am. So repeating this simple sentence, the more I am one with God, the more I am love itself. Now, it's an interesting thing. We have this separate identification, and in its separateness we have a chance to experience life, but the greatest experience is getting past that identification with the personality and becoming one with your one source of God within, which is where you came from. It's so simple that we try our whole lifetime to try to understand it, and we continue to experience it in other people, but it's not the same as experiencing it in yourself. And if you don't experience it in yourself, then you can't share it with another person. Manifesting is the next one. The more I am God's love itself, the more I manifest the attributes and qualities of God's love. Ah, yes, the more I am God's love itself, the more I manifest the attributes and qualities of God's love. So, again, going back to that essence where you can't contain it, it comes out, you have to share it. You have to be it. You have to manifest it. You have to live it, right? The next one is all levels. I communicate all levels of expressions of love. Be it friendship love, family love, co-worker love, neighborly love, or personal love. There's so many faces to love, right? There's so much that we can get completely wrapped up in our entire life with the different ways we love. But the main thing here is to always realize it's getting past any of the blocks to love. Repeating this affirmation, I communicate all levels or expressions of love. Be it friendship love, family love, co-worker love, neighborly love, or personal love. Is there one of those aspects you have problems with? Well, maybe that's the one you need to really go back and work with this particular affirmation. Meditation's so important, right? Every day. Here's a meditation affirmation. Through my daily practice of meditation, I connect in thought and feeling with the presence of God's love or personal love. Okay, repeating that. Through my daily practice of meditation, I connect in thought and feeling with the presence of God's love or personal love. And next one is aura. I visualize or imagine my body surrounded with an aura or pure white God's love energy, which I give out to others with whom I have contact. I like to do this every morning, actually. It's a protective light, and it's a light that isn't fused in our etheric nature and surrounds us, and it is very magnetic. Repeating aura, I visualize or imagine my body surrounded with an aura or pure white God love energy, which I give out to others with whom I have contact. This is a great thing to do every day. The next one is telepathy. On an unconscious level of my mind, I am constantly telepathically sending forth God's love energy to those I know and the world in general. Now, there's lots of ways to trick yourself or remind yourself to do this. Say you're going into a yoga room. Let that be your affirmation and mantra as you start your meditation or your yoga practice, or before you go into work. Leave your car and say it to yourself as you walk into work. If you're going to have lunch with someone. Because you can have this in the beginning of the day, but by the end of the day, you may have already let this idea go. And the telepathy is, again, something you're connecting with that you don't have to say a word about. But it's that energy. I think George Harrison wrote that song, Something in the Way, right? That's that something. On an unconscious level of my mind, I am constantly telepathically sending forth God's love energy to to those I know and the world in general. The next affirmation is compassion. As I love, I am compassionate toward others and extend compassion to them. Now, compassion is such a powerful and beautiful way of expressing that love. You know, anytime you hear one of His Holiness the Dalai Lama's talks, he's talking about compassion. We all know how important compassion and kindness is, that it's an expression of our highest love. So let's repeat this affirmation, knowing that this is something we really need to live with. As love, I am compassionate towards others and extend compassion to them. The next one is forgiveness. Oh, so important, right? As love, I am forgiving of others for their lack of awareness and weaknesses. Oh, yes, this is important, right? I mean, forgiveness is the key. How many people who have gotten to a certain point where they've been hurt over and over again have been shutting themselves off from love? So forgiving is a key to forgiving others, but most importantly to first forgiving ourselves so we can forgive others. Repeating this affirmation, as love, I am forgiving of others for their lack of awareness and weaknesses. Next is understanding. As love, I am understanding of people, their needs, their strengths and weaknesses, and why they are as they are. I've been thinking and using this word in meditation for a long time because I believe if you understand, you truly can love. And if you understand, you truly can forgive. And if you understand, you can have compassion. This is one thing that happens as you meditate and meditate. You learn to have the wisdom of understanding. So let's repeat that one. As love, I am understanding of people, their needs, their strengths and weaknesses, and why they are as they are. The next affirmation is encouragement. As love, I communicate encouragement to others who need support in their lives. Such a simple thing to do. I mean, every day, if you just try to say something encouraging to someone, watch them light up as you say something encouraging and nice to them and positive. As love, I communicate encouragement to others who need support in their lives. I think we all need support in our lives. And the affirmation is next, I am. As love, I am the living, breathing, communicating presence of God's absolute love expressed daily. Repeating that, as love, I am the living, breathing, communicating presence of God's absolute love expressed daily. And the last one is being. By being love expressed, I have and live in an abundance of love in my life. And of course, this is so important. That's why this talk is called To Have Love, Be Love. When you think about a baby, pure, innocent, pure love, just an attractive magnet of love that everyone wants to look at and to hold and to smile at and to laugh at. You can even look at a dog and just see that same wonderful wagging tail looking at you with love just by being love, right? And everyone loves that love. And that's such an innocent, wonderful, pure feeling. So repeating this affirmation, being. By being love expressed, I have and live in an abundance of love in my life. So those are the affirmations. So let's talk a little bit about this, this to have love, be love. I think we start out with this, and through time, cynicism, hurt, abuse, many things can take away from that pureness of that love energy that is what you really are inside. But you have to return to love, to have this love be love. You have to heal yourself. You have to believe that you can have this pure love that's a magnet. And you can experience that amazing, radiant energy that carries that unconditional love that heals you. We think of God's love as unconditional love. God loves us all for who we are. Christ saw that and was able to see people's souls for who they were and their purpose and their destiny. We make demands upon love. We get hurt and we say that we no longer love a person. But how many can really live unconditionally without the conditions and love for the sake of loving? If you're loving someone for their soul, you can. Now, if you're loving someone from their soul and they cannot live up to their own love, then you have to understand that they may not be able to live and share that love. Because we have to first be love inside ourselves. I used to do many, many weddings as a minister, and I was really always surprised how many times I've heard people say things such as, remember the line, "You complete me"? No. Usually there were problems that could occur when you really believe that, because we have to be complete and whole in our own love. And if we count on someone else to complete us, there's immediately a problem, because when they don't give you what you think you need, that you've made the deal with to be with them, then you feel betrayed and you hurt, because you were with them so they could complete you. But they may be doing the same thing to you, and they may not want to have to give that, or they may leave, or they may say, no, why don't you have that part together yourself? Very often people look for relationships where the person they find is opposite from who they are, so that they don't have to complete themselves. But sooner or later, that person leaves, whether they die or they break up with you, since 50% of marriages break up. So then where are you left? You're back to the start where you have to complete yourself. And the amazing thing is you always can. You can always find that unconditional love of God right there inside you, and it's always there with you. And the more you have that love that's so complete inside yourself, the more you can give, and the more you are a magnet of love. And the more people love you. So it's so important to feed that love, that Spirit of God, that presence of God within yourself, so that you can see that same presence of love in others. It's the core of who you are. And you really need to allow it to be present in you. Even if you've been hurt many times over and over by others, it does not mean you cannot believe in love. That love is there, and it's waiting right there inside you to teach you and to lead you and to allow yourself to see and feel love, and to know this power of unconditional love in yourself. It's one of the greatest principles of life. It's one of the greatest tools. It's a sacred tool of being. So you need to let that love live right there in you throughout all time and space. It's always there, right there inside you. And you need to remember to call upon that love, the love that God shares with you. And then it can come to work, and it can work in all aspects of your being, and your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. And that love of God's love will shine through you. It's a beautiful light, the light of love, right? What was that song? The look of love is in your eyes. But that light and look of love can be in your eyes. When you look into the mirror, if you can see that love and light right there in your own eyes, you can become the love of God. So that you can really be in love. You need to understand that being is your natural state of being. We're humans being, right? More often than we're humans doing. But when you get back to this being love, boy, then everything just sinks right up. You're plugged into the true source of God at that point. Now let's take a moment and go into a meditation. Breathe in this love. Let all thoughts go. Let all worries go. Just be. Breathe it in. Breathe in love and feel that love filling your entire mind, body, and soul. Feel it coming into every single cell of your entire being. Surround yourself with that beautiful aura of radiant love. Let your soul be fed right now by the light of that love. Feel your soul turning upwards and being fed by that beautiful, radiant one source of love. You are in a garden of God's pure love. Let the true beauty shine through you so you can be seen and appreciated. Let that beauty bless your life. See that you are that precious flower of love in this garden. Right now, feel the holy fragrance in this garden of love present right now with you. Know that you hold the secret key to that garden. The key is love. And right now, as you're sitting in this garden of love, every single cell of your body's being renewed with unconditional love. That you are alive and radiating the perfection of the Creator's love. With each breath, that love is blossoming with a smile of beauty. Let yourself feel this. Believe that you are love. Always return to this love. This love is life's solutions. It's a fertile field right there in your heart. Feel this love in your heart right now. See it growing. Feel it blossoming. Feel this love, love, love. And now let it radiate out from your heart. Send this love to a loved one. Send this love out to those you work with. Send this love out to your family. Feel this love growing as you send it out. Send this love out to your guardian angels and your teachers and your guides. Send this love to God. And allow this love to circle the planet. See the entire planet radiating forth with the healing light of love. See all of those who are in darkness lit by the holy light of love, unconditional love. Breathe in that love and allow this love come right back to your heart and soul right now. And be aware it's in your heart now 1,000,000-fold from where it was before. You are a co-creator of God's love here on earth. Every time you choose love, you know that you are one with the source of all and a resource for the purpose God has given you in this life. You can find the passion and the energy of your life's purpose. You find compassion for those who suffer. You understand how to forgive and live with this love. Allow this circle of light to now be complete. Embrace it, cherish it, and know that you can be love. And as you are that one love of God, you can have love in your life. You can become love and be love. Breathe it in, feel it, absorb it, and be it. And now thank God for this wonderful love in your life and this love given to you by God. Slowly come out of meditation and feel the difference that this love is when it's present, when you know that you are love, that you are a precious being of love. You are loved, you are loving, and you are lovable. Accept it and be it always. No exceptions. You are love. I love you and God loves you and so many love you. So let's close out this talk today with the Aramaic Lord's Prayer. It's the Aramaic version of the Lord's Prayer. And for a moment, just imagine yourself speaking it from that heart center. Father, Mother of the cosmos, shimmering light of all, focus your light within us as we breathe your holy breath. Enter the sanctuary of our hearts, uniting within us the sacred rays of your power and beauty. Let your heart's desire unite heaven and earth through our sacred union. Help us fulfill what lies within the circle of our lives today. Forgive our secret fears as we freely choose to forgive the secret fears of others. Let us not enter into forgetfulness, tempted by false appearances. For from your astonishing fire comes the eternal song, which sanctifies all, renewed eternally in our lives and throughout creation. We seal these words in our hearts, committed in trust and faith. Amen. Today's talk was based on love, and it was excerpts from the Spiritual Mind Power Affirmations book by Dr. Paul Leon Masters. It's available on Amazon, as well as his book, Mystical Insights in Meditation Dynamics. And it's available at metaphysics.com. You can go to Amazon as well. And if you go to mysticalperspectives.com, you can listen to over 40 different talks I've done on this subject there for free. God bless you, and may you live with love always.